Hi everyone, so today I'm here to do a review of The Collector by Victoria Scott. So I'd been pretty excited about this debut this year. I'd seen a lot of people posting about it. I'd seen a lot of people saying how amazing it was, and then when I saw it on NetGalley I decided that I was going to request it. Then after I requested it I started seeing a lot of negative reviews for it, and I was trying to ignore them. I always try to ignore reviews before I read books because I like to have my own opinion of them, and I was sure that I was going to really enjoy this book because a lot of people said it was amazing, but unfortunately I just didn't enjoy it at all. I couldn't stand the characters, the storyline was pretty boring. I kept hoping it would get better, which is why I continued on with the book, but it just didn't, and for me I just didn't enjoy it at all. The first main reason for me why I didn't enjoy this book was the main character, Dante. He was pretty much an arrogant prick. That's basically how I can sum him up. He was shallow, he was full of himself, he was self-centered, the world revolved around him, basically. I hated how he walked about and called people losers and douchebags when he was basically a douchebag himself. I found myself rolling my eyes a lot when he spoke. I actually thought there was going to be one point my eyes were going to roll out of my head, because I think I rolled them about 9 times during a chapter, and the chapters weren't that big. He was just annoying me so much. I really wanted to punch him in the face most of the time because everything was just about him. Everybody loved him supposedly because he was just the best person in the whole world. And then there were times that he went off and talked about absolute useless crap. I mean, I think in the first chapter he went off and started talking about Winnie the Pooh for some unknown reason that had nothing to do with the storyline. This is a story about a guy who collects people's souls, and he starts talking about Winnie the Pooh. I just didn't understand why he had to bring it up, why that had to be there. It was unneeded. And then there was his obsession with the colour red. Every time he saw the colour red, it was like he was having an orgasm. He was like, oh my god, it's the most beautiful colour in the world. And I was like, right, no. Fed up with you talking about the colour red. Just please do not talk anymore in this book or think. Because I just couldn't stand this character. The second reason that I didn't enjoy this book was the main girl, Charlie. She was the worst character I've probably read about. She was so weak. She was spineless. She just let Dante come in to her life, never met her before, she never knew this guy, and she just let him come in and manipulate her, tell her, like, change the way her life is, try to get her to change how she looked, and she barely even knew him. All in all, they only knew each other for 10 days. 10 freaking days, and she let him come in and change everything about her life, and it drove me insane. She was actually a pretty pathetic character and I really didn't like her. And our third main reason for not liking this book was the romance. Like I said, they knew each other for 10 days and then they're like, oh my god, I love you too. No. I can deal with insta love usually, but this, I just wanted to kill myself when I read it. I was screaming in frustration at the book because there was no development in their relationship at all. Dante was trying to get her to change just to get her soul using her and everything, and then suddenly, like by about day 8 or day 9, he's like, oh my god, I love this girl. Why has she changed? Why does she have to change how she looked? You freaking hated her to start with. You were calling her ugly. No. And that's another thing. He was calling her ugly, and if any guy said that to me and then decided that he wanted to get with me, I would punch him in the face. But no, Charlie lets him. Charlie's like, oh my god, I love you too. No, if some guy calls you ugly, you don't fall in love with him because he's an arrogant ass. What part of that do you not get? I think she was stupid. Seriously, she is so stupid. It was driving me mad, and I'm sorry for ranting, but this book just drove me insane. Okay, right, storyline. I had a lot of hope for the storyline. The way that the blurb on the back of the book is and the synopsis on Goodreads, it sounds really, really good, and I couldn't wait to read it, but then I just couldn't get an attachment to the story or any of the characters, and I just found myself flicking through it, no emotion other than anger. I continued reading it because I was hoping that I would get better. I was hoping that the book would be able to redeem itself but it just didn't for me. I didn't enjoy it at all, and I'm pretty disappointed that I didn't enjoy it. I've been looking forward to this book so much, and it was just such a letdown for me. So I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't give it 1 because there were some things that I slightly enjoyed, just they were very minor that I just couldn't, that everything else overtook it, like Dante's friend Max. I liked him, and that might have been about it. But yeah, so 2 out of 5 stars. I won't be reading the next book because I just can't handle hearing him talk again and hearing him talk about how amazing he is. Oh, I can't deal with it. So that was my review / rant of The Collector by Victoria Scott. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye everyone.